Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1893, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. What traffic control device was first installed in Ohio in 1914? The electric traffic light. Named after a children's story character, what informal astrobiology term describes the region around a star where a planet could have liquid surface water? Goldilocks zone. Which branch of theology is concerned with defending and providing rational justification for the Christian faith? Apologetics. Name either of the Australian actors who take a bus trip with Terence Stamp in the 1994 film The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Guy Pearce or Hugo Weaving. What part of the body does rhinology study? The kidneys. Which country's flag, 3 horizontal stripes of red, white, and blue, very similar to the Netherlands, was first used in 1845 and officially adopted on June 23, 1972? Answer: Luxembourg. Which actress, best known for her role in the 1972 adult film Deep Throat, later became an anti-pornography activist? Linda Lovelace. What name is given to members of the 17th century religious denomination, also known as the Society of Friends? Quakers. Which animal is referred to by the collective noun a shiver? Sharks. In which U.S. city is Beacon Street, a historic thoroughfare known for its landmarks and brownstone homes? Boston. Which stringed instrument associated with George Harrison is featured prominently on the Beatles' song Norwegian Wood? Sitar. What nationality is actor Dan Aykroyd, best known for Ghostbusters and the Blues Brothers? Canadian. What kind of animal is a tarantula? Spider. Which cartoon cat is best known for constantly chasing Tweety Bird? Sylvester. Which American singer-songwriter recorded the iconic song Thunder Road on his 1975 album Born to Run? Bruce Springsteen. Which book by John F. Kennedy, published in 1956, profiles acts of political courage and won the Pulitzer Prize? Profiles in Courage. Operation Anthropoid was the code name for the successful plot to assassinate which senior Nazi official? Reinhard Heydrich. The MacRobertson Shield is the premier international tournament in which sport, a surreal version of which is played with live animals in Lewis Carroll's 19th century classic Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Croquet. Which poet, best known for the modernist poem The Hollow Men, is widely regarded as one of the most important literary figures of the 20th century? T.S. Eliot. What is the currency of Kenya, whose name is also used by several other countries for their monetary units? Shilling. Which two historical figures' marriage, set off the chain of events that led to the establishment of the Church of England and the birth of a future queen. King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Which bone connects the elbow to the shoulder? Humerus. What was the longest-running Western TV series? Gunsmoke. Who was the leader of the Gunpowder Plot of 1605? Robert Catesby. What is the art of designing sequences of movements to create a dance? Choreography. Who was the male lead actor in the National Lampoon Vacation film series? Chevy Chase. On July 17, 1918, which ruler, Emperor of Russia, Grand Prince of Finland, and titular King of Poland, was executed along with his children Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia, and Alexei? Tsar Nicholas II. What creature's name is used to describe 3 strikes in a row in 10-pin bowling? Turkey. Which publication was formerly called the London Charivari? Punch magazine. Who wrote the novel Cannery Row? John Steinbeck. Which 2 U.S. presidents, both founding fathers, died on the same day, July 4, 1826? John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. What is the name of the 9-branched candelabrum used during the Jewish festival of Hanukkah? Answer: Hanukkah, also spelled Chanukia, commonly called a Hanukkah menorah. What is the name of the U.S. partnership with Mexico and Central American countries created to combat drug trafficking, transnational organized crime, and money laundering? Merida Initiative. Which icy continent is actually a desert that receives about as little precipitation as the Sahara? Antarctica. Where did Cain go after killing Abel? The land of Nod. Who played Chandler Bing on the U.S. TV series Friends? Matthew Perry. Which famous Shakespeare play is set in Elsinore, Denmark? Hamlet. Who secretly recorded conversations with Monica Lewinsky and gave the tapes to independent counsel Kenneth Starr? Linda Tripp. Which 1970 hit by the soft rock band Bread features themes of love and connection and is often associated with romantic relationships? Make It With You. Which author, known for her insightful exploration of social issues, wrote the novel Middlemarch? Answer: George Eliot, pen name of Marianne Evans. Tetrax, an elusive and increasingly rare omnivorous bird nicknamed in French as the farting chicken, is better known in English as the little what? Little bustard. What kind of meat is traditionally used in the Italian dish saltimbocca? Veal. Which artist, known for his hit You Can't Touch This, was born Stanley Burrell? MC Hammer. Which American playwright and screenwriter known for works such as The Little Foxes, had a long-term relationship with novelist Dashiell Hammett. Lillian Hellman. What color are public mailboxes in Spain? Yellow. Which animal is represented by the constellation Cygnus? Swan. In which 1986 film did Gene Hackman play a high school basketball coach who leads a small town team to the state championship? Hoosiers. Which Parisian boulevard is famous for its theaters, cafes, and luxury shops? Champs-Élysées. Which scientist published Optics in 1704, exploring the nature of light and color? Isaac Newton. Which town in Lincolnshire, England, is the birthplace of Margaret Thatcher and is also associated with Isaac Newton, Nicholas Parsons, and Richard Todd? Answer: Grantham. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.